So you're thinking about moving to Richmond, BC and having your kids attend either an elementary or a secondary school here, whether public or private? Well, in this video, I'm diving into the top 10 elementary schools and the top 5 secondary schools in the city of Richmond and how they compare across the entire province of BC. So you can get a good, strong understanding of if these are the right schools for your kids and where they rank in relation to other schools to see if you should be picking a specific neighborhood to be able to get into those schools more easily, or what you need to be able to do and research more to dive in to understand what are the schools that you should be considering for your kids to improve and have them have the best possible education that you can give them. My name is Jonathan Lerner with the Vancouver Life Real Estate Group, and our team here, we get calls, we get texts, we get emails every single day from people just like you that are looking at making the move to Richmond, BC or to Vancouver and the surrounding cities and are wondering what it's going to be like to be able to buy a home here, to live here, and what it's going to be like for their kids. What are the schools that they should go to? What are the things that they need to be aware of for their family life, for their commute, for their kids, friendships, everything. And so we love to have those conversations and help you understand and learn more about the communities that you're thinking about. So if you have questions that this video or my other videos don't answer, then make sure to go down below this video and get my contact info. Give me a call, send me a text, send me an email, or schedule a Zoom call at that link down below this video. And we'd love to be able to have a conversation and help you understand more about the area and answer the questions that you have. And of course, don't forget to subscribe with that link right down there. All right, let's dive into today's video of all about the top schools in the city of Richmond, BC. As a parent, you want your children to go to a good school. You want to know that they're getting a good education in a school with good culture that fosters the growth of children and behind it has the results to prove it. And the go-to source that I'm pulling these rankings from are the FraserInstitute.org. And essentially what they do is they publish a report card on British Columbia's elementary and secondary schools each year. And they actually do that for each of the provinces in the country. Right now, it's February 2024, and the elementary report card was released in October. And I'm going to share with you the top schools in Richmond, BC, elementary and secondary, and where they're located in the city. Now, this report card collects relevant and objective indicators of school performance into one document to essentially allow the public and you as a parent to research and have some guidance in determining which schools to consider for your children. And I've included links to each of the report cards, elementary and secondary, below in the description below this video. Now, I will note, the foundation of the report card is the overall ratings is primarily around school academic performance. And for the elementary ones, it's primarily focused for kids in grade 4 and 7 around literacy and numeracy. And the secondary schools are primarily looking at the average exam marks for grade 12 language arts courses. So keep in mind, this is not a well-rounded set of criteria, especially if you want to look at other factors from athletics to the arts, or looking beyond just kind of final test scores or an assessment score that is being compared to everyone as opposed to kind of performance throughout the entirety of a particular course or subject matter. So keep that in mind, that this is just one aspect, rating and body that ranks schools, and to look at the other factors that go into a school that's important to you. All right, so let's dive into these schools. We're going to look at elementary schools first. So let's take a look at the map and where they are located. So right here, you're looking at 7 out of 10 of the top elementary schools in Richmond land in the lower half of the city, with a little bit more of a congregation being more in the southwest corner above the Steveston neighborhood. And so this just gives you an idea of kind of where they are landing, McLennan compared to Brighouse area compared to the Terra Nova and Steveston areas. So let's dive into the actual rankings. What were these schools and where did they rank? However, before I do that, I'm just going to note that all these schools' rankings are based off, they're comparing the scores of all the students to the entirety of BC. So all these numbers that you see right here on this slide, on the right-hand side of these schools, 41, 52, 61, that is these schools' rankings out of 932 schools. So this is where they land in the entire province. And then I took those numbers and I ranked them based off of where they land on that list to where they rank within the specific city of Richmond. So number 1 ranked school in the city of Richmond is Richmond Christian, and ranked at number 41 out of 932 schools in the province. St. Joseph the Worker came in at number 2, Archibald Blair at number 3, Cornerstone Christian at number 4, and James McKinney at number 5. Then following that, St. Paul's at number 6, Maple Lane at number 7, Spalaquox at number 8. This is in the Terra Nova area, and this one is a unique one because it's actually the only school in the city of Richmond that follows a more of a calendar year program where you actually have, they have 3 months on and then they have 1 month off. 3 months on, 1 month off. So it's very different than the rest of the school semester or year that the majority of other public and private schools follow, of being basically September to June with a Christmas break and then a 2-month summer break. Number 9 ranked school was John T. Arrington, and number 10 ranked school was Jesse Kwok. Now I have to add in here number 11, especially if you are a Muslim or Islamic descent and you're wanting to ensure that your children get that education as a part of their growing up, then Azara Islamic Academy, they came in and ranked number 11 in the city of Richmond. Moving on to secondary schools. So taking a look at the map here, obviously there's very few secondary schools by comparison to elementary schools. So I just looked at the top 5 in the city, and they all land in the lower half of the city. And again, this is primarily because the majority of the residential homes where people are living in the city is primarily in the lower half of the city as compared to the northern half. And so this kind of gives you an idea a little bit more in the kind of South Brighouse, Steveston area, as opposed to going up into the Terra Nova areas as well. So this, again, just gives you an idea of, okay, these are the top schools in the city. So where am I enjoying or thinking about in terms of living from my home, and where might this commute lead me? So this gives you an idea of where that. So now where do they land? These rankings are out of 252 schools in the province of BC. So Richmond Christian ranked number 1 in Richmond. And so they have an elementary school and they have a secondary school, different locations in the city. And they are ranked number 5 in the entirety of the province of BC. Hugh McRoberts came in at number 2. And that one is also a French immersion school, English as well as French immersion school. McMath came in at number 3, R.C. Palmer came in at number 4, and Steveston London came in ranked at number 5. So there you have it. That is your ranking of the schools in the city of Richmond. And again, these are just one criteria around academics that all these schools are being ranked. So if you have specific things, it may not be the thing that you want the most in terms of what your criteria are for your children. So make sure to look into each of these schools individually. So there you have it, everybody. There is your full top 15 schools in the city of Richmond, your top 10 elementary and your top 5 secondary schools, to help begin your research to learn where these schools are located and where to start your research of learning a little bit more about each of these schools. Because as I said, these indicators, these rankings are based off of just a few indicators of academic performance and are definitely not a full, well-rounded view, but it is a starting point for you to be able to learn more about these schools and to dive in a little bit more about the different things that they provide and their philosophies. So hope this is a fantastic starting point. And again, if you have any questions about the schools in the city of Richmond or Vancouver and the surrounding suburbs as well, because our team works all over the Lower Mainland and the greater Metro Vancouver area, we'd love to be able to help answer those questions and help you make a smooth move and understanding what are the best steps for you and your family. All right, we'll see you on the next video. It is time to live the Richmond life.